this I know for sure. But does she really wanna? But can't stand to see me walk out the door. Don't try to fight the feeling, 'cause the thought alone is killing me right now. Thank God for mom and dad for sticking two together, 'cause we don't know how. You think you got it, oh, you think you got it, but got it, just don't get it if there's nothing at all. We've been together, oh, we've been together, but separate's always better when there's feelings involved. It's what they say is, then what makes, then what makes, then what makes, then what makes, then what makes love exception. So why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why, my baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. But does she really wanna? But can't stand to see me walk out the door. Don't try to fight the feeling, 'cause the thought alone is killing me right now. Thank God for mom and dad for sticking two together, 'cause we don't know
What's up, cuties? Oh, I sound tired. I almost didn't make it. I took a nap after work and just got up. OMG. Sounding like a whole Negro. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Hit the like button. Aunt Debbie. Hey, Aunt Debbie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're feeling better and rested up. We got to chat. You got to give me an update. But hello to you guys. Shout out to Linda Gamble. Linda Gamble, the legend of the Maz, is here. Teresa, Ophelia, how are you? Jacqueline, my update, I'm sure if you're local, you already got the update. It's just that I haven't talked about it, you know, as far as the details of the arrest and all of that. So yeah, I've been putting off the live and all of that. So that's why I'm here. So we are going to talk about Dacara Thompson and Romeca Meeks. Ophelia, I got you. Hello, Vanessa. Hey, Gia. 1 week, baby. 1 week in a day. What's today? Yeah, 1 week in a day. Gia, well, my birthday is 1 week from today. But yes, the Cutie Crew will be invading Vegas 1 week and 1 day. Canadian Queen, how are you? Hey, Mocha. Hey, Patricia J. How are you? Happy hump day to you as well. Hello, Alf. Hello. Patricia H is here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Noonie Cat, how are you? Hope you are well. Steph M is here. Hey, Steph M. Happy Wednesday to you. Let's be clear. I can't even talk. When I say I just got up of my sectional and grabbed me something to drink, a clear American, strawberry sparkling water, splashed some water on my face, child, and came right over here and sat down. Overcomer, I am 6. How are you? Hey, sis, Pink Diva in the building. 1 week and a wake up, chat. 1 week and a wake up. Hey, Indigo, the innocent instigator is here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, shout out to the mods in the chat. Excuse me. I appreciate you guys. And yeah, let's get started. Now, this is an open panel. So if you want to come up and give your thoughts on Dacara Thompson, I am going to share some video when it comes to both stories. But if you want to come up and share your thoughts and opinions, feel free to do so. The link is in the chat. And let me open up my YouTube chat. So I can pin the link. Shout out to 76 of you guys that's watching. I appreciate you guys. If you are in the bushes, please hit that like button for me. Make sure you are subscribed. YouTube is terrific as always. But let's go ahead and get into this. When it comes to Dacara, I'll give my thoughts. I'll give a little bit of it now. And then also, as we watch and go on, what had me confused initially is her dad. When he first came out and spoke publicly, he said that at about 10 p.m., she said that she was going to get gas, for her car. He didn't think anything of it. Hey, simply. And, he didn't think anything of it, and she never returned. So naturally, social media was social media. You know how it is. And there were all these different conspiracy theories. Now, my question was, and still is, what was going on? We know that she, and may she rest in peace, to Romeca Meeks and Dacara Thompson. May they both rest in peace, and prayers going up for the families. My thought was 19 years old, leaving, going to get gas. The gap in time from that 10 p.m. when she told her dad she would, be right back. And then we know, based off of the surveillance video, she got into the guy's vehicle at 3 a.m. So that's a good 4 hours. And look, I'm just a real person. And not saying anything, but, I just wonder what went on. Another thing that was going around, don't know if it's true or not, is that couple things, and I do think that as time go on, I hope, as far as the truth of everything, when it comes to the whereabouts and everything like that, it will come out eventually. But I'm not going to share this young girl's TikTok video. She claims to be a friend of, or was a friend of, Dacara. And in the video, she said that, look, I don't know about you guys. When I was 18 years old, I was hanging at the Sandpiper. You from Chicago? You know that was a lounge on 80th and Halsted. Dressed down. Okay, do you hear me? Fake ID and all. So I know that I was in some places where I shouldn't have been at that age. Thank God for his protection, because, me and my girls was just up there being fast, child. So I don't think that is abnormal, especially for this girl that claims to be her friend, to say that, they was out in them streets, not talking against her parents. I know that they are absolutely devastated. And as I mentioned, in need of prayer and everything else. But my mama didn't know what I was into. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying that's the case, but, just to be real well-rounded in this conversation, the little girl said they was out in the streets. The little girl also said that, I don't know if they had, like a social media account for instance, a Plenty of Fish or a Craigslist back page or whatever. But those are the rumors that's out there. And I want to say, before we get into anything, I don't care what she was in or what she was into, if it's true or if it isn't, that did not deserve this monster to take her life. I always say to the cutie crew, yeah, at this big age, we can come out here and preach and, act innocent. And a lot of us did some things back in the day at younger ages. And I always keep that in the forefront, you know what I mean, to make sure I don't forget that things like this is possible. You know what I'm saying? I was just protected, child. I was just protected. But again, I was in places that I shouldn't have been. But we're going to take a look at, let's start with this one. Shout out to you guys, 114 of you. Innocent Instigator, you said they need to charge them both and they need charges for doing that at an elementary school. Let me scroll back up and pin your comment. So when we get into the Romeica Meeks story, I'll absolutely discuss. I did make a couple videos and scoured the internet. What I do know is Holly Johnson has not been released. And I don't think Holly is going to be released. Hopefully she won't get a bond and they'll just keep her ass there forever, But absolutely, Carlos, the baby's daddy, needs to be arrested as well. He's a coward. He done deleted his Facebook page. I'm hoping he in jail. Matter of fact, I need to go to the Illinois correctional site, Cook County site, and search their names and see. I also heard that Holly is not that girl's real name. Her name is Jada or something like that. It may be on my phone. So I'm not sure about that either. But I heard, or not heard, but searching for information on this story, I did see that may not be her real name. So we'll get into that. But let's go ahead and start with this. This is Dacara's father, and he is talking about the message that she sent him. Now, there's also been some clearing up because initially it was said that she lived with her mom and she was visiting her dad. But they are now stating that she lived with the dad. Again, all of this, each and everything that I'm saying, that I'm playing, and all of that, everything is alleged. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at this. And I'll bring this speaker a little closer. Can you guys let me know before I start playing this? Because the video that I made earlier, I listened to about 10 seconds of it, and it seems that I have an echo. Teresa, Linda, can one of you guys let me know, do I have an echo? Do I need to turn this volume down some on this mic? Let me know. Do I sound okay, guys? Linda Gamble say one. Thank you, Linda. All right, let's go ahead and who's that over there in that group message? Oh, Girlfriend Chronicles left the group. Oh, okay. Well, Girlfriend Chronicles, I don't know if you're listening, sis. We was out. Well, this is a Cutie Crew Invades Vacate exclusive group. We do pray that you get better and that you're resting. And so sorry that you feel sick. You know what I mean? Yeah, you guys just be careful out here. Girlfriend Chronicles does not have COVID, but COVID is still out here. This is the changing of the weather. So you guys know how that is, colds and everything else. He made his page private, Cheryl Canada, or did he delete it completely? A lot of times when it's private, you can still see their profile just as far as the picture. His page is gone. And we'll double check, when we get to that. But let's go ahead and take a look at this real quickly. You guys hit the like button for me, and let's get started.
I love you too. Good night.
That's the text she sent her father just before midnight, the night of August 22nd. Less than 2 hours later, surveillance footage showed.
Now, I'm going to play this over. You guys know I stop and play, but I'll play it in its entirety. But when he initially spoke out, he said 10 p.m. And then right here, he's saying right before midnight, or that's the text that she sent right before midnight. So she very well could have sent two different texts, or if she was home, I don't know if she went into the room. I wish I would have, and I got it in my DMs. I just don't feel like scrolling up. But I wish I had that first video that he gave to play for you guys. But even midnight, that's still a 3-hour gap from this surveillance video. Let's go ahead and take a look, and then I'll play it again uninterrupted.
Was her parking her car on Jasmine Terrace, getting out and walking towards Riggs Road. Friday, new court documents revealing that she apparently continued walking toward University Boulevard and then seen on surveillance cameras talking to the driver of a black GMC Yukon XL Denali, getting in on the passenger side and leaving. Police say cell phone records show she remained in that car until they arrived to Cambridge Road in Bowie. It's there where police believe she was killed by a man named Hugo Hernandez Mendez in the early morning hours of August 23rd.
We believe the murder occurred in the home on Cambridge Drive in Hernandez's bedroom.
Investigators believe he then took her body the same morning to Route 50 between Route 424 and Route 97 and threw her over the bridge above South River. It was more than a week later, around 5 p.m. on August 31st, that police would find her body. They had responded to the bridge for a disabled vehicle and happened to see her about 30 feet below the bridge on the river embankment.
That area is probably about 7 miles away from the murder location, but a good distance away from where she went missing. So we are thankful that the Maryland State Police had the ability to look at that based on that call for service.
The news is devastating for her family, her mother telling WUSA 9 Friday night that they are still trying to process everything. For nearly 2 weeks, they searched desperately, held vigils, and pleaded for her safe return. I just think, what?
Now her community will stand behind her family. We seek justice for her.
Love you too. Good night.
That's the text she sent her father just before midnight, the night of August 22nd.
All right. So the night of August 22nd, she sent that. What a monster. I'm going to show you guys a little bit more, but before I even get to that, what a monster. Look, for me, a monster is a monster. I don't give a damn if he's an illegal immigrant or whatever the case may be. For me, yeah, no, don't send them back. Let us ask, do you guys know in that state, do they have the death penalty? Even that is too long for me. You know, most times when you're on death row, you could be on death row for 30 years. I wish that more, and it'll never happen in the United States, but I'm an eye for an eye type of person. You know what I mean? I don't want no trial, no nothing. Once you got all the evidence and you know that person did it, which we know that this guy did, go on, handle your business, like immediately. And yes, he threw her over that bridge, you know? Cheryl Canada, just be, you know, I'm not saying that you're incorrect, but I know how a lot of people do when, and it's unfortunate, it's crazy to me, but a lot of people have made pages in Romeica's name, Holly's name, and Carlos's name. So, you know, I don't know what he's using, and you know what I'm saying? If it's private, we wouldn't know, but I trust your word, sis. I trust your word. Hello to S. White. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, Teresa, yes. Heartbreaking. And again, for the lingering questions that some may have, they're just lingering questions. You know what I mean? Sure, we would like to know, why were you out there? What were you doing or whatever? All of that is really not important, because no matter what, that didn't give this guy the right to do what he did to her. It was brutal. It was really, really brutal. Her mom said that she was a very kind and outgoing, soft-spoken. She was a free spirit. She also said, you know, she was a good girl. She was a good kid. And she did that all while wearing a shirt with Dacara's photo on it, you know. So she left her father's home the night of August 22nd, said she was going to put gas. I'll show this to you guys. Let me remove this. Said that she was going to get gas in her car and never returned. Her parents frantically searched for their daughter for 2 weeks. Could you imagine? And then, and I was one of them when they found that, when they found her body before they came out really to confirm that it was her. I just felt in my spirit that it was. But Hugo Hernandez is his name. He's being held without bond, and he was living in the U.S. illegally. So we got the orange man going to Washington, D.C. in the hood and want to go to Chicago and all of that. You started this, finish it. You know what I mean? The right way. But he had been arrested a couple months ago. So they said that he had been stopped on April 25th. He was suspected of DUI, but they released him pending trial. They said it was unclear why he was not detained by ICE. I want to show you guys what the neighbor had to say. Not sure if you guys saw what the neighbor had to say. Did they? Jacqueline, they did the same thing in Illinois, and I hate it. You hear me? I hate it because it's needed. Why? Why would you abolish it? I just don't get it. But let's see. I believe there's a video of this neighbor. I always tell you guys, and I don't have to tell you because all of us are grown, but stories like this that we're discussing tonight is always sometimes an unfortunate learning lesson. And yet it may scare your kids. Is Side-Eye here? I know Side-Eye said that she discussed it with her daughter, but not all of the details. And look, I beg of all of you guys, sometimes, you know, share everything so they know, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that anybody's child will take something like this lightly, but sometimes you need to know the gory details of the streets. You need to know, you know what I mean, what monsters like this will do. For me, the scar on the face was a very big clue. Somebody tried to, well, they did slice his damn face open from top to bottom. That means he did something wrong. You know what I mean? Something wrong. And even if you share something like that, look, you can never be too careful. If you want to look out for wounds or bullet wounds or whatever the case may be, that may be a red flag. We talk about that a lot. Hey, Simone. So let me go ahead and play this. This guy was a complete monster. I hate to even show his damn face. But I'm playing this because I want you guys to hear what the neighbor had to say. And he said that there was suspicious behavior near the site of this guy's home. Take a listen. Everything is covered under the Copyright Act. I knew they was going to do that. We'll get into it right after this ad. But come on in and hit the like button for me, guys. My voice is coming back. It's coming back. All right, let's do this. Oh, shoot. Now I can't see the mute button, though. Or can I? Okay. All right, here we go. Play.
Who's the neighbor of the suspect accused of killing Dacara Thompson, talking tonight about the suspicious behavior he says he saw from the suspect in the aftermath of her disappearance.
And it comes on the same day that suspect appeared in the courtroom. Fox 5 Shamari Stone live tonight in Bowie with this exclusive. Shamari?
Well, tonight, that neighbor tells me that he is shocked just days after this case unfolded. I want to show you how close he lives next to the suspect's house. You see right here? This is where the neighbor lives. And right here, this is the home where 35-year-old Hugo Hernandez Mendez lived. And police under search warrant here at the suspect's house. They say they found blood stains, women's lingerie, hair from a wig consistent with one Dacara Thompson wore, and a fingernail that matches the one missing from Dakara's hand.
Now, I want to pause that real quickly, but did he make her put on lingerie? You know what I mean? What the hell? This is horrible, horrific.
Yeah, Shamari. So I've lived next door to these people for years.
Cody is breaking his silence after he says he talked to Prince George's County homicide detectives about the murder of 19-year-old Dacara Thompson.
And it is the first time I'm speaking publicly about this. Like I said, I live directly next door. I was 40 feet away from where the attack happened.
Living next door to suspect 35-year-old Hugo Hernandez Mendez.
Not, oh shoot, it put it over it. But pay attention to that scar.
The alleged illegal immigrant who police say killed Dacara Thompson inside his bedroom in this home in Bowie, Maryland. Cody tells me he stepped outside his house early morning on August 23rd and saw something burning in the suspect's backyard.
The smell is different. It's not brush smell. It smells more like something you'd smell akin to like a trash burning or something like that. I would be willing to bet that they were burning evidence of some sort. I know that
Did you guys notice that he said they were burning evidence? They, not him. They is pluralized, more than one. And yeah, I think that we'll hear of other people being arrested. Let's continue.
When I told the detectives this, I know that ash pile that was back there is no longer back there.
And Cody wonders why Hernandez Mendez wasn't already in jail. ICE officials telling us he's in the country illegally. U.S. Park Police arrested him in April on a DUI, but for some reason he was released. Dacara Thompson's mother saying that's disappointing.
I'm very disappointed, finding that out now, because we may not be here today if they did what they were supposed to do.
Detectives say Dacara was seen on surveillance video entering the front passenger side of Hernandez Mendez's SUV in a parking lot on University Boulevard around 3 o'clock in the morning on August 23rd. Her father telling investigators she had text saying she was going to get gas. Those were her last known whereabouts before her body was discovered off Route 50. An autopsy reveals Dacara had skull and facial fractures.
Being 40 feet from a murder is something that you're never going to get used to, something that you're never going to be okay with, it's something you're never going to be comfortable with. And my heart goes out to her family. I can't even imagine.
Well, let me see what he's going to say at the end.
Now tonight, Hugo Hernandez Mendez is in jail without bond. His next court appearance is on October 8th. We reached out to ICE, U.S. Park Police, and Prince George's County Police, and we are waiting for them to get back to us on the other side of the house. I just want to take the time real quick to show you the front. You can see there is a memorial that has grown. A woman around an hour ago dropped off some more balloons here. This is the community showing support for Dacara Thompson because this is where police say the murder happened. I'm Shamari Stone, and I'll continue to bring you the latest developments in this case. I'm in Bowie. Back to you.
Heartbreaking. Jacqueline, why do you think the neighbor could have had something to do with it? He seemed very forthcoming with information to me. He offered prayers to the family. You think it's an axis? Let me know. Teresa's granddaughter was friends, with Dacara. And Teresa said that it really broke her granddaughter's heart. She's been looking at yearbooks and pictures since Dacara was first missing. This is why Teresa started on them when they were young. And that's what I mean. You have to start on them. Look, Scared Straight used to be a program just for bad kids. But sometimes you can just make sure your kids just stay on that right path that they on by sharing these scary type stories. If you know that they're old enough to understand and comprehend, look, you got to give them the gory details of situations, Let's see. Hi, Kathy. I packed your shot glass today. Okay, that's what I mean. And especially with the neighbor saying they, Teresa. Hey, Deborah. They need to check. Okay, I got that. One of the other guys has been detained and will be deported if he's not involved. Okay, so he has been detained. Good. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you so much. Look, if neighbors heard shit that was going on in the house, if somebody else was in that house at the time, they heard it too. And if they didn't come out immediately with information, absolutely arrest their ass. If they were involved, that goes without saying, lock their ass up and throw away the key. You know what I mean? And yeah, a lot of people are for detaining. I don't know. And the reason why I say let them stay here is because what if their country is lenient and let them out? You know what I'm saying? It is so sad. It really, really is. I had more, but I'm not going to. Well, let's look at the mother. Let's look at the mother. And Kathy, thank you again, sis. Let me properly thank you real quick. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Money, 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 money. All right, I do want you guys to see what the mother had to say, just in case you didn't. And we'll discuss. Put your comments in the chat or click the link if you want to come up. And let's go ahead and take a look at this one. After the ads.
Are we?
After the ad. While this is playing for the ad, join me tomorrow on Patreon. We will be over there. We're going to watch part 1 and part 2 of the season premiere of, not part 1 and 2, episode 1 and 2 of Beauty in Black. Because they're about 40 minutes. I think we should be able to get through 2. And next week we won't be watching, child. But the week after we will.
Just turned 19 years old. Prior to this unfortunate circumstance, she
had just turned 19 years old. Heartbreaking.
Was working under Westmore's Maryland Year Service Corps option, whatever it's called, program. She had just completed a year-long internship in which she was very successful. She did a great job. She was a kind of an outgoing, soft-spoken, kind young lady. She was a free spirit. She was a good girl. She was a good kid. So there's been a lot of people disparaging her character on social media and things and such. Please don't believe everything you see. Don't believe everything you hear. Out of respect for the family and us grieving, please, approach everything with grace. We would appreciate that.
All right. So I just wanted to make sure that I showed that, again, prayers going up. The mom looks diligent in getting justice when it comes to her daughter. You know what I mean? But heartbroken, rightfully so. Rightfully so. So, we'll be talking about this. You guys know that in my pivot, I am all into these hot topics and viral stories. So we'll keep an eye out. For those of you that's local, if you hear of anything that's breaking, please DM me. But again, I really, really just want to offer my prayers and condolences. And may Dacara rest in peace. You know what I mean? Life is over before it really began. Just turned 19, Let's see. Lulu, welcome, Lulu, to the cutie crew. Welcome. How many people were in the house? You guys are saying that there were a lot of people in the house. Whose comment did I see that? Deborah. How many people did they say? Because I didn't think that, this guy was an illegal immigrant. I didn't think that was just his home. You know what I mean? But even in that SUV, they found a lot of evidence. So for me, and I'll put this back up so you guys can see it, that lets you know that the attack started probably as soon as she got in that vehicle, And my only, I am going to respect the mom's wishes, but my only concern is what made her walk up to the vehicle and what made her walk around and get into the vehicle. It's questions that we will never know. You know what I mean? We will never know. But they said that in that vehicle, where was it? I was just at it. Hold on. So the roommate, one of the, that's all I thought he had was one, but the roommate did tell the detectives that he heard him in his room that morning having sex with a woman, and he said that the woman did not seem to be having a good time. That's very telling. That's very telling. You know what I mean? I hate to even think about it, but I think that, she was possibly screaming and everything else. But let's see. They found multiple areas of blood in his bedroom, including on a mattress. A detective found a fake fingernail on the bedroom floor, and she only had one fingernail that was missing, and it matched up. The detectives went through the outside trash bins, and they found a white napkin with blood stains and hairs that were consistent with Dacara's wig that she was wearing. And then during that search of the SUV, they found possible blood evidence in the front passenger seat. So that attack started as soon as she got in that car. Now, I know I don't need to tell you guys this, but I'm going to say it. I'm sure you've seen videos of, let's say you're in a mall parking lot or whatever, and you come back and there's something on your handle of your car. Let's say a napkin, let's say a rag or whatever it is. Turn around and go call the popo. I saw a video of a lady, I believe she was in Africa somewhere, but this happened all throughout the United States. She touched that rag and threw it on the ground and was attempting to get in her vehicle. She became weak and passed out. Next thing you know, a guy ran up and, jumped in her car, left her there, whatever. So yeah, he could have had something like that in that car, So other things that was going around is he could have been allegedly, you know what I mean? A lot of people puff pass. It is your business. And she possibly could have been buying that. Again, nothing warrants what happened to her. Nothing at all. I'm not even saying, look, I told you so. You're young. You shouldn't have been out there. Look what time it was and all of that. I wouldn't give a damn if she was 12. It would not, or she would not have deserved what this monster did, Allegedly, Teresa, yeah, if the roommate was saying that the woman did not seem to be having a good time, then absolutely that's what he was doing. Let's see. He lived with relatives. It was a husband and wife, and they even on one news station are saying they think even kids lived in the home. Wow. The roommate said he was using, okay. Because I do know initially his excuse was he was at a nightclub across the street or something like that. That's why he was in the area. That's why his car, once they did the license plate scanner and all of that, that's why his car was there. I don't know. Still so many unanswered questions, guys. And like I said, I don't think that we will ever know. You know what I mean? I'm sure when it comes to possibly social media activity, or if she had been texting someone back and forth and all of that, that will eventually come out. And, then the detectives, and I'm sure they got it by now, will be able to piece together the story and come out with a little more detail. The only reason why I feel like that she could have possibly been purchasing, some marijuana, is because just the way she parked her car, she probably was waiting for the person to come pull up. And she probably did, if my suspicions are true, and again, I don't know a damn thing, but she probably did walk over to the driver's side, to hand him a couple dollars, and he probably said, oh, just get in, Very unfortunate, You thought it was only 4. The cousin and his wife and another guy was what they showed on the news. Okay. She left her family heartbroken. Well, Overcomer, he did. I understand what you're saying. He left her family heartbroken, But I understand what you're saying. And it is a heartbreaking situation for sure. On the news, they're saying that he is wanted for another unaliving somewhere else, allegedly. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked. Okay, I do remember hearing that name. So it was the Galaxy nightclub, and that was across the street from where they were, you know. So yeah, I just wanted to discuss it. You guys have anything else to say about this before we move on to the other sad, unfortunate story, which is the unaliving of Romeica Meeks out of Chi-Town. Let me know. I'm gonna close out some windows over here. We're gonna look at a couple videos. Let me close this one. Let me close this one. But again, I'm gonna drop some praying emojis in the chat. Even when it comes to me saying, make sure you share this with your family, your kids and nieces, nephews, everybody. We have to make sure that we talk about stories like this as well. You know, even when I was scrolling YouTube and in the Black Girls Lost sector and things like that, it just really warmed my heart. Number one, that so many people are talking about it, but number two, the attention that Dacara being missing got. Not locally, nationally, you know, because we know most times that's not the case when it comes to our people. You know what I mean? They normally these news stations and all of that, they don't even report on it. So like Teresa said, yeah, you may hear something locally, but it was I don't want to say a good feeling, because you can't get a good feeling from stories like this, but it was just good to see that from LA to Idaho, all these states, you know, were covering this. And we need more of that. Teresa said that there's a couple other young ladies that's missing in that area. And this man could very well turn out to be some type of serial unaliver. You know what I'm saying? Do I think that she was his first victim? I don't. I really, really don't. So, you know, if he's tied to that, you know, hopefully the other, well, they're missing. So we're not going to, if he's tied to them being missing, I'm not going to say they're not with us any longer. You know what I mean? We got to keep hope alive. But yeah, it's a lot of sickos out here. It really, really is. And yeah, I hope that they throw the book at him. Let's see here, guys. Let me do two things. Let me open this up. Give me one quick second. And Simone, that video that you sent me earlier from Facebook, well, I didn't see the guy's YouTube video, but I did see the aunt. I'm going to share the aunt from one of these TikTok pages, but let me bring up something else. Both of these young ladies, gorgeous. Do you hear me? Both. They did find other women clothing. You know, it was odd to me. So it really let me know that, yeah, this is what this guy was into. You know, when they mentioned the lingerie and all of that, I know she didn't bring it with her. That girl left her purse and everything else in the car. So he had to have had that in his room already. You know what I mean? Look, run deep, deep. Now, I am Chi-Town. Let me say this. I am absolutely Chi-Town. The only thing, and you guys know, born and raised, Chi-Town represent forever. The only thing as far as lingo that I did not pick up, but I can recognize a Chi-Town person when they say it, is G. So the aunt said G a lot. You know, G, that was messed up. G, that was messed up, and all of that. That is Chi-Town lingo. That's the only thing my nephew said. That's one of the slang that I just did not pick up. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at this. And RQ Butterfly, it has been such a somber week, you know. Romeica was unalived on Monday. Dacara, we've been knowing that she's been missing for the past couple weeks. And yeah, broke my heart as well. You know, it is troubling. It really, really is. It's so troubling. To look, I got compassion for everybody, all races, all of that. When it comes to situations like these, however, it's always going to hit me deeper when it's my own. You know what I'm saying? So you are absolutely right. Both of these stories have been heartbreaking. Let's go ahead and take a look at, and this person got a lot on the screen, but I guess it's good. They showed the baby daddy on the scene, Carlos. What a bum. What a bum. It's been proven that he did put Romeica in a headlock. That's been proven. And yeah. So on this screen, you guys see at the bottom, they have Holly. They say that Holly lived in Milwaukee. She didn't even live in Chicago, but she drove to Chicago. So I don't know, because there's conflicting reports. I don't know if her and Carlos both drove to Chicago, because I also heard that he lived not too far away from the son's school. And based off of his social media page before he deactivated, he was in the gym a lot of Chicago gyms. So I think the baby mama lived in Milwaukee, and her ass had no business being there, period. Okay? But we're going to go ahead and watch. Up here in this small corner is where you guys should be looking. And this is Romeica's aunt.
How you didn't have to overkill her,
It's low.
You did not have to. You thought she wasn't thinking. If you shot her in the leg, what did you keep shooting for? You shot her face in the chin, bro.
So sad.
Come on, y'all know Romeica 150 pounds soaking wet, bro. Soaking fucking wet, bro. Y'all yeah, bro.
So y'all hear, and look, I just love it because it's Chicago, but she's saying, gee, y'all just don't understand, bro. That G is Chicago.
This bitch ass nigga logo. My kids, G. How you going? You couldn't handle that shit, bro. A real nigga, I don't give a fuck. You got kids by both of these bitches. You got kids by both of these bitches. You made me tell me you couldn't stop that shit, bro. You wait to tell me you want to act like you the fucking victim, bro. You know my fucking little cousin, mama gone, G. Y'all is a fucked up hate spite.
That's incorrect. Romeica had a restraining order against the both of them. Oh shoot, I definitely gotta send this so we can read it. She had a restraining order against them. So I don't think that that part, let me email myself this. I'm sorry. Overcomer is true. That the girl had a restraining order against her. Where did you hear that, sis? Let me send this to myself real quick, and then I'll finish. But the aunt is absolutely correct. He could have stopped that, and stopping that is not putting Romeica in no damn headlock. Stopping that is telling your crazy ass baby mama to get back in the car. What are you doing here? But he knew she was going to be there. You know what I mean? I don't know, because they said at one point there was 3 different vehicles on the scene. His car, Romeica's car, and the car that Holly was in. I don't know if that's true. Like I said, I believe that he and Holly rode up to that school together. You know? Yeah. That girl didn't have no only thing she said at that scene was she was licensed to carry. Unless you heard something that I didn't. And I'll find a video. We'll listen to the audio. I don't even want to show the part where it doesn't show her body on the ground, but you can see like the blood stains. But we'll confirm. I listened to that video, and it's in a video that I did the other day. I didn't hear Holly say that she had a restraining order. All right, let's continue with the aunt.
Evil individuals. He still wanted her. Let's be real. He still was stalking her in that phone. All that shit, bro. Mama, y'all ass bogus, G. And I really feel like that shit was a setup, G. Because if you knew she was up there taking him to school, why would you let your other baby mama pull up? Nigga, you supposed to be on your way to the gym. Oh, God. Y'all don't understand.
So sad. So sad. Look, I get her pain. There's other videos that the family. Oh, do I have that other one? Shoot. I'm definitely gonna find it because I want you guys to see it because they was asking about Romeica's son and the other aunt that spoke said that her son, 6 years old, will not let go of a teddy bear that his mom gave him. And naturally, that baby is asking for his mother. We all saw that heartbreaking note that she put in his lunchbox the day that she dropped him off. That was the first day of school. And yeah, he's asking for his mom and refused to let this teddy bear go that she gave him. Before I try to find that video so we can listen to the audio, this is proof as to what the aunt that we just listened to just said. That this Negro was, you know how, and look, that's saying, I can't relate, but I hear a lot of men saying that, yeah, I can always get my baby mama back. You know, I'm sure you guys heard that. And some women that's just a bit ghetto, in my opinion, they always say, baby daddy could always hit it. You know, but he refused to let Romeica alone. He just kept bothering her. So if you guys look here, she made this on August 20th. And she said, how long does it take a BD, baby daddy, she only had one son, to get over his first baby mama? Asking for myself, because this Negro got to get off my penis and be a dad. I'm tired of getting popped up on at my job and school, ready to get fought on. That's very telling. She said, Negro, go fight them other biatches you clearly don't want. I only argue with you about our son, and I'm in this part, she's saying this is what he tells her. She said, I only argue with you about our son, and I'm effing a million Negroes, and I'm a disrespectful biatch. And then she said, B, if I'm such a 304, but don't want you on my mama, G, you don't have my number or address. I'm tired of you playing with my name on me. Mr. Always say I'm a do or buy my son some and don't. I'm finna start eating you up, B. And she put, I hate my BM man. Hate my BM man. Whatever that part means. So look, that was enough evidence for me to know that, yeah, he's been harassing her. He's a typical Negro, you know, the ones that want their cake and eat it too. And clearly she was moving on. They said, well, she said she was in school, she was working, designer down, dressed her kid and took him everywhere, traveled, all of that. Gave her son the best life in spite of the baby daddy that she said was always saying, I'm going to buy him something and never do. Those be the ones that want to pop up at schools and every damn thing else. Not contributing to anything, not paying for school supplies and clothes and uniforms or whatever the case may be. Those be the ones that I love my kids. I love my kids. You know, crazy. I'm going to see what you guys are saying in 1 second. I want to find this other video of the aunt real quick. Let me see. Let me scroll up. Let me scroll up. That's not it. Hold on, guys. If I can't find it, we'll move on to her sister because I wanted to play this in its entirety. But Let's see. You guys know I can't talk and do this at the same time. I hate it. I do. But I'm looking on one monitor and you guys are on another. Did I send it to myself? Hold on, guys. Did I send it? I had to have sent it to myself. Give me 1 second. Let me check something else. Give me 1 second. Let me go to my text messages. Not that one. 1 second, guys. Shoot. Okay, I'm not going to be able to find the one that I wanted to show you guys. Let's see. That's a shame when you got 3 phones. I don't know which one. I'm looking at all 3 of them. Let me check one other thing. I think it's this one. No, it's not. Hold on, guys. Okay, here we go. Let me email this to myself and we'll look at this. My apologies. Give me 1 second. I just copied the link. Hit the like button. Please be patient with me. I'm sending it right now. This made me cry. This made me cry when I saw this earlier today. Let's see. Who, Cheryl? Romeica's mother? Well, Simone, I don't know what you mean by equally charged. She absolutely will be charged, but I'm assuming you mean the baby daddy. Okay, you got the baby mama first. Yeah, that baby daddy needs to be equally charged. Period. Okay. With the rumors that, well, I'm not even gonna say rumors because these were the accounts of the witnesses that were on the scene. And one guy, Hispanic gentleman, he said, you held in the headlock. And she came up and she, did what she did to her. So, yeah. And I'm hoping he's already locked up, Okay, so that's what I heard as well. That they all were in separate cars, Susan. But again, why was the baby mama there? Why you bring your ass from Wisconsin to Chicago? You wasn't seeing your damn son off to school. And secondly, the baby daddy. It's unfortunate, but you have a restraining order. Guess what that means? Your ass shouldn't have been up there either. Just because it was your son's first day of school, if they granted her a restraining order, you just can't bogart your way and you know what I'm saying? So yeah, he is equally responsible and lock his ass up. Let me show you guys this one. This is what really made me cry. It really did. Take a look. Let me make sure the volume is up all the way. This is her aunt. Where's the volume? Okay, it's up.
The baby is doing. Y'all want to know how the baby? He got this bell that his mama gave him. That one made me cry too. And he holded that bell so tight. I don't know what was that, a donut or a dog or something? That's a little dog. It's a bell dog. He's 6. and he wondering, his first thing is asking where his mama at.
Ooh, so sad.
Where his mama at? Where his mama at? Where his mama at? That mama pick him up from school. That mama make lunch. That mama said notes. That mama take that boy on trips. He was a mama's boy. So you're gonna need a lot of prayer. A lot of them. But I'm about to.
All right, guys. So that's it on that spiritual gangster, Miss Tanya. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Most times that's what they do. Now, I didn't see any TikTok videos, but spiritual gangster said they was going back and forth. He was playing both sides. On TikTok, Romeica was posting about them. Sadly, his energy gives he likes men. That is alleged. I haven't seen it. But most times that's what, men like that, they do. You know what I mean? And you just got to be smart enough to not fall for the okie doke. That's all. I am so happy about that, Susan. I am so happy that baby is with her family as well. And I doubt. I don't want the daddy to ever have a chance to get him because I want his ass locked up. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to show this last video, then we'll discuss. I played a clip of this, but sometimes, like I said, we got to have things that could be a shock to the system for us to really, really feel, because as sad as it is, we get stories like this, and then Saturday or Friday, there'll be another one. By Sunday, there'll be another. By next week. But I think that, when we take some time to look at the families of these victims, then it could really, really sit in our soul. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and take a quick look. This is her sister. Look, overcome. Now I know people represent everywhere, but had Carlos and that chick tried to get away and leave the scene, not in the shy, baby. Not in the shy. So you put those bystanders were standing on business, and they absolutely was. And I can guarantee you this. Had those popos had not been on the scene, they would have really stood on business, if you know what I mean. That's just how they get down. That's just how the shy get down. Okay? Let's continue. Heartbreaking.
Please, y'all. Please, Dr. my sister, please. Please, stop shivering that post about my baby sister on that ground. Please, get y'all, please. For my mama and for me and my siblings, please, y'all. My sister is down. Yes, she is. Please, please. Please, y'all, please, give us some time to be fine. For talk to y'all, for anything, please, y'all. My baby sister is gone. Please, the person's paid up. I just want y'all to understand. If y'all never understand y'all, like, I didn't know I had to.
They had a son, overcomer. They called him. Well, the baby's name was Carson. The baby's name is Carson, 6 months old. And that was Holly and Carlos's child together. So, yeah, they had a son. And you're right. You know what I mean? Both of Romeica is gone. You know what I'm saying? Holly will be in jail most likely for the rest of her damn life. And yeah, if they don't lock him up and throw away the key, he's absolutely going to move on to somebody else. If he didn't already have somebody else, It's crazy.
I didn't know this. Y'all stop sharing that video. My sister. Good bitches. But I'm good bitches. I please don't post that on that ground, please, y'all. I swear God is the worst thing in my life. I ain't
to play it until that part because Carlos had the audacity to make a post on Facebook. It's in my phone, child. I don't feel like sending it. Do I have it here? Do I have it here? I don't. But he had the nerve to post that it was the worst day of his life. Here it is. Worst day of my life. And no, her sister just said it was the worst day of her life. And you know what I mean? How could he even say that? What pissed me off when it comes to him, and I thought it was another aunt at the end of this video, and I don't see it on this one, so I'm going to stop sharing this one. But what pissed me off looking at him on the scene, not a tear in sight. Not a tear in sight. And if you guys look at this picture, his hand covered in blood, his gym shoes had blood and all that on it. The Holly in the middle, sitting there looking shocked on the phone. You know what I mean? How is it the worst day of your life? How? And I made a video, I believe it was earlier today. I feel like they absolutely ambushed her. Am I saying that was the goal, to unalive her? Look, it could have been. It could have been, but if it wasn't, for me, absolutely Holly was at fault because she's the one that pulled the trigger, but Carlos asked as well. So, hey, sweetie, it's another learning lesson. Again, don't fight over these Negroes. Don't fight over these Negroes. The video that I made earlier today, why do the new women insert themselves? Why? Everybody grown. You knew he had a baby when you met him, which means he had a child's mother. And how does it turn into anger against the women? That grinds my gears. It really, really does. Because it happens too much. Too much. You know? And if, let's say he was, what somebody put in the chat, if he was playing both sides, when it comes to the new chick, you should have been trying to be cool with her. You know what I mean? And both of y'all ass bust them out and leave them. But it always turns into, again, the new chick inserting themselves. You're not a wife. You're not none of that. You laid down and screwed them and got pregnant. That's it. And now, like I said, Romeica is gone. May she rest in peace. And Holly may as well be gone. Because she's definitely gone out of her child's life. You know, so my prayers, again, go to the family of Romeica and them babies. And I will include Holly's baby in that. You know, because both the boys now will have to grow up without mothers. You know, so she's going to have a whole lot of time to sit. She right there on 26 in California for now at Cook County Jail. And that's where she belongs. There should not, and I haven't heard anything yet. I checked before I scheduled this live earlier. I haven't heard anything about a bond or anything like that, and they bet not. Look, if she know what's best for her, you will want to stay right there in that county. And honestly, she's not even safe in the county. She's not even safe in the county because based off of what I have been able to find out when it comes to Romeica's family, they about their life. And most times, you know, people on the outside know people on the inside. You know, it's crazy. All right, let me read a couple comments. Thank you guys for joining. We had about 230, I believe, or so earlier. Shout out to you guys. Hit the like button if you haven't already. I'm going to go ahead and remove this. And let's read some comments. Susan said the new chick was being played with her dumb butt most times. That's not true, Susan. Now, that part is not true. He did not fist bump Holly. But he was yelling out self-defense. He was yelling out self-defense when the police came up. You know, and yeah, that's what Holly was trying to say as well. Let's see. Did he have a job? Because he sure has a lot of times on his hand, a lot of time on his hand to harass Romeica. I don't know, the videos before he deactivated his page, all I saw that he was working out, Well, look, I hope they get him, sweet tea. I'm all down for street justice, okay? All right, couple more. Yes, and look, the Hunt family business, that's why I wanted to play it. I inserted a small clip of the sister in a video the other morning. But like I said, sometimes, even when it comes to these perpetrators that commit acts of violence like this, I don't know if it would help them. But sometimes you need to see and hear the pain that's been caused, The only people I'm sending prayers to are to the baby. Yeah. And look, well, I can't make you, but it's not going to hurt me to pray for Holly's child. That baby is innocent. And, prayers going up to him too. But definitely for me, child, put it in the Lord's hands when it comes to Holly and Carlos. The baby daddy didn't even seem shocked. Yeah. He should have never had access to the child because unaliving his mother shows disregard for the child's well-being. Yeah. Somebody mentioned that note. And I know that baby is only 6 years old. But what I would do once I'm of age, 18, first of all, that note needs to be preserved and all of that. Put in a frame and make sure that the ink won't, fade and things like that. But what I would do if, I was in that situation, I would have that whole note tattooed on me, So yeah. What a special note, but it's so sad. So sad. And they said that she did that every day. Every day that baby has been in school the previous year and all of that. She wrote him notes every day and put it in his lunchbox. So heartbreaking. All right, let me see what else you guys got to say. Hey, Melanin, we out of here, sis. If he violated PO, can't that be a charge? Well, I don't know if do you mean the restraining order? I don't know if he was on probation or anything. That part I didn't hear out in the streets. But what is a fact that's been confirmed by all of Romeica's families and friends is that she absolutely had a restraining order on both Carlos and Holly. And make no mistake about it, I don't think that, she had that restraining order because she was scared. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get that, but that was a sucker type of situation. Sometimes you get that in case you got to go ahead and make it do what it do. But she couldn't do anything because that fool had her in a headlock. It's crazy. Yes, her baby was in the car. Okay, that's what I'll see if I can find. Just for the audio. And because you said that, I don't know if it was you, Overcomer, but I believe it was. Hold on. I don't want this. Child. Oh. Give me 1 second. I want to play what was said on the scene. And let me go to Twitter. They'll have it over on Twitter without all of the commentary. Hold on 1 second, guys. Because no, I did not hear Holly say that she had a restraining order on her. But we'll take a listen. Let's see. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. I know you guys saw the notes, but I'll put it up on the screen. Beautiful girl, rest in peace. But that whole thing will be like, it don't have to, it wouldn't have to be that big, or I don't know how they could do it. They could copy it and make it smaller, but I would definitely have that tattooed on my body. I would. Let's see if we can find that video, guys. If not, I'll go to TikTok. Hold on. I just want to play that, and then we're going to be out of here. But I just want to confirm and make sure my ears didn't miss that. So I don't want to hear a content creator saying it. I want to hear the baby mama saying that. Let's see. All right, so I got the video up. Let me play it a little bit. I'm a mute because if they don't show like the blood on the ground, I'll share it. But if they do, I'm not going to share the video. Okay. I played about 10 seconds. I didn't see anything. Let me go ahead and share this video. Overcomer, let me know if it was you that said that. And we shall see. I got my good ear up to the speaker. All right, let's take a look. That bum go right there. Like I said, he lucky as hell. He really, really lucky that them Chi-Town boys didn't get him before the po-po got there.
She put the gun in the car. The gun she's on her. The store right here. She put the gun in the car. She put the gun in the car.
Okay. So Overcomer, if that was you, the only thing that Holly said was, I'm licensed to carry. Licensed to carry. So as with what Dacara's mom said, you know, a lot of times and a lot of content creators and all of that, when we're trying to piece together the story, we do go off of some of the things that's posted online. But when it comes to things like that of people trying to give Holly a pass or try to act like she didn't do this for no reason. I saw another post on Facebook earlier. They told that chick up, but she tried to say it didn't say anything about a restraining order, and I can't remember. But we have to remember that, yeah, Holly had friends. Carlos had friends. And people like that, they're going to come out and just say shit to make it seem like this was justified. It was. It was. Yes, Jacqueline. You know what pissed me off? There was a little girl in that video, had a book bag on her back. So I'm sure she probably went to that school and probably was on her way into the school. But I don't know if you guys noticed, she had braids in her hair and Carlos like moved her back, like, you know, she too young to see this, which she was. She probably was like 11 or 12. But it's the fact for me, your baby mama did that, but you don't want other people to see it, you know. And yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Yes, Simone, absolutely. There is no self-defense. And I'll end it with this. Self-defense is out the window because she had the opportunity to leave when she walked back to her car and got the pow-pow. She could have got in her car and drove off. And like I said in the beginning and said a couple times since this story broke, she ain't had no business being there anyway. So yeah, that's not no self-defense. And that just shows, you know, to me, she a little slow because she really said it with her chest. but I'm licensed to carry. That don't mean a damn thing. That don't mean you just pow people, you know? So yeah, okay. So you saw the young girl. I think so. I think she'll need I meant to say I think so too. I think she'll need therapy as well because she was really looking, really looking, you know? So heartbreaking stories, but stories like this, when it concerns the color of my skin, I'm absolutely going to make sure to keep talking about things like this for both situations, Dacara as well as Romeica. Again, we can't say that it's good that it gained national attention, but it's much, I don't even know how to say it because it's so unfortunate what happened to both of them. I just like that it's not just a local story, you know, if that makes sense to any of you guys. I like the fact that everybody is talking about, you know. Carlos, if his ass not in jail, you will not be able to walk the streets of the Chi, period, point blank, ever again. You just won't. And yeah, lock both of their ass up and throw away the key. I'm not sure, Canada, because she, yeah, I hope so as well, you know, because although people even tried to put that out there, but that was proven to be false, because they were saying that Romeica's son was in the car. He wasn't in the car. Holly's son was in the car. Romeica had already taken her son inside the school. So although he didn't witness the scene outside, you know, that would be hard as a family member to keep him in that school, you know? And yeah, Cheryl, I don't know because she did live in Milwaukee, so I don't know if she was licensed in Illinois. Don't know. And you know, sometimes licenses are able to be honored in different states. You know, I don't know again which state she was licensed in. Right, and that's just how she said it, Erica. And that's what she said. That phone up to her mouth, and she turned her head and was talking to the bystanders, and that's what she said to them. But I'm licensed to carry. And y'all heard the chick, she said, I don't care, nigga. That don't mean you just shot somebody. Overcomer, I did, and I'm shrugging my shoulders, you know, I'm not an evil person, but I'll play some audio for you for that. That I sent to my brother. But she asked me, did I hear about Charlie Kirk being unalive today? And I did. But, you know, may he rest in peace. I will say that. Let me take this off. I'm going to play this audio from my phone. I hope that you can hear it. But this is Charlie's own words. Hold on.
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is rational. Nobody talks like this. They live in a complete alternate universe.
Okay, were you able to hear that, Overcomer? And again, rest in peace, Charlie. But Charlie said he thinks it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some pow deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment. That is a prudent deal. He said it is rational. Nobody talks like this. They live in a complete alternate universe. So Charlie wanted a fund for deaths at the hands of pow. You know? Yeah, no, I don't have that. I haven't even seen it, Simone. Send it to me, and next time we'll touch on it. But I'm not doing too much commentary on Charlie. Again, may he rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? But you know, in situations like this, and yeah, I want to make this political, but what he stands for and who he stands with, yeah, rest in peace is all you can get out of me. Okay. Bridget J, you said, as Funky once said, I don't feel no ways tired about Kirk. Rest in peace, Kirk. Rest in peace. Okay, you said it better than me. Let's be clear. Thank you, sis. It is unfortunate that it made national news, but awareness needs to be made. So yeah, the situations in the situation in itself, but I'm talking about two people, so you guys know what I'm talking about. That's unfortunate, but making national news when it comes to Black girls, Black women, missing Black women, missing Black girls, other unaliving, that saying is a saying for a reason, that Black women are the least protected. So with it making national news like this, that absolutely needs to continue if, unfortunately, situations like these continue. And it is my prayer that they stop. In a perfect world, we'll all be carefree and happy, All right, you said it, Deborah, not me. Really, Teresa? Yeah, I didn't even take the time to go look at the full speech. Again, it's not like I celebrated or anything like that. And, but that's my saying. But anyway, guys, we are 183 people watching. Shout out to those of you that joined in. If you didn't hit the like button, please go ahead, hit that like button for me. Thank you guys for joining me for this video. Before I leave, I will drop my Patreon link in the chat, and we have some awesome discussions over there during our live watch parties. And as I mentioned at the start of this live, we will be watching Beauty in Black. For those of you that's been watching Beauty in Black, you guys don't think I can't think of her name. She looks just like Evelyn Lozada to me. Now, not so much on this picture, but she looks like Evelyn Lozada. I love the show. I'm now following, I don't like that they call him the old man, but I'm following him on Instagram. He popped up in my timeline. I was already following Richard Dawson, but I'm going to go through tonight and make sure I'm following everybody else. Very, very good show. Tad bit Tyler Perry-ish, because it's a Tyler Perry child. My dog is out there kicking on the door like, let me in. These dogs are crazy. It's Tyler Perry-ish because it's a Tyler Perry production, but it held my attention. I watched 16 episodes in 2 days. 2 days. Right. She looks like Evelyn. So we'll be over there tomorrow. I believe it's at, let me check. Because if it's 8 p.m. Central, I think I'm going to bump that up. Oh, okay. 7 p.m. Central. 7 p.m. Central tomorrow on Patreon. Shout out to the new Patreon. Teresa, they crazy as hell. You hear me? Did you hear it? Child. Banging on the door. They be scratching on the door and everything. Like knocking. Let me in. But 7 p.m. tomorrow Central. We do have a couple new Patreon members. Shout out to you guys. We also have a couple new Cutie Crew members. Lulu is one. Lulu is a new member, but there were 2 members that I did not see until actually it wasn't when I ended a live. I scheduled another live and 2 other people had joined the Cutie Crew membership. Sorry, I don't know your name, but welcome to the Cutie Crew members. Thank you guys for joining. You guys joining too late, y'all, because we'll be in Vegas next Thursday, the 18th. Oh, child, we're going to be tired after that trip. Oh, my goodness. The innocent instigator said, and you said this earlier, sis, I said I was going to save it, but you said they need to charge them both, and they need charges for doing this at an elementary school. How dare they? Totally agree with you. And that's been a big discussion because even with the chick Holly saying self-defense, not self-defense, Carlos was saying that, but Holly was saying license to carry. Y'all have to see it. First of all, as we all said, that don't mean you just shoot folks. But secondly, you damn sure don't do no shit like that in front of a school. So yeah, I think she's in there, and I want her to stay there. Baby, they could hear me. I ain't thinking about them damn dogs. The weather has changed. I ain't got to worry about them out there frying. They good, okay? But thank you guys again. Thank you so much. 198 likes and currently 157, 158 in the chat. If you did not hit that like button on your way in, please go ahead, hit that like button on your way out. Right now, I have a power hour scheduled for tomorrow afternoon, and I got housewife stuff. Kelly in trouble. The lady put a restraining order on her, found something on her. I have been wanting to discuss Kelly's husband, Robin, of all people, married to medicine, got shit to say about people, and K. Michelle laid her out. Simon lost in court, child. Even though I still don't think Portia gonna get that money. I got a lot of hot topics. So you guys join me tomorrow afternoon. As of right now, it's still scheduled. If you see it disappear, child, y'all just meet me on Patreon. Yay, we got a couple more likes before I go. I ain't thinking about them. Good night, Bridget J. I got your I got some Chardonnay that I'm bringing, but I'm picking up your White Zen. I got to pick up Moscata for Angela Richardson. We'll have a mini bar. So you guys already know what else we're going to have. But I'm going to pick up probably how I'm going to transport all this shit. I don't know. But we'll probably have, I don't know, several bottles of wine as well. But we're going to be, give me a mojito with double Tito's. We're going to be Titoing it up. We're going to be, Sammy requested 1800. Yeah. So anyway, that's just for our mini bar. But y'all know we turning Vegas out. So shout out to the cutie crew. Love you guys so much. Erica, join us next year, sis. Next year we'll be in Jamaica. Join us. Look, we talk about a lot of, baby, them dogs, and it's only one cutting up at the door. We talk about a lot of stuff out here in these streets. On YouTube, we talk about life, real life situations such as this, but we also got to talk about ourselves. You know what I mean? And that's the beauty of these ladies that are a part of the cutie crew. We have shared so much of our lives with each other. And I always warn people, when you join the cutie crew, you're not going to get what you may get in other memberships, child. We back there talking about real life. We cutting up, we partying a lot of times, letting loose and all of that. But most times it's focused on real life situations as far as what we've gone through, sharing it to get support. It warms my heart because so many women say it is truly a safe space. And that's what it should be, you know? Yes, come on over there, girl. We'll welcome you with open arms. You hear me? And next year, 2026, Jamaica, man. I'm going over there to bring me back up. Let me stop being fast. All right, we out of here. Shout out to the cutie mods. Thank you guys for modding for me. Shout out to the cutie crew. Love me some you. And shout out to all of the cuties. Each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And I'm going to let these barking ass dogs in. I guess y'all can't hear. It's annoying. But I'll chat with you guys soon. Bye.
Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. With QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT.